Hi, Kelly. All right. So we're going to start in a few minutes. Is the placement of the mat and the volume okay, everybody? Actually, let me just check something. Perfect, thank you. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you joining. So Kelly and Maria, what do you think of this pace of the class? Am I going at an appropriate speed, or am I going too fast, or anything like that? Just you can. I'd be since you've attended a bunch of these classes, it'd be great to hear if I'm going at a good speed that you can follow. So let me know, okay? All right. All right. Hi, Brody. Nice to see you. Hi, Dana. Nice of you to join. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll start very soon. Also, just to let you know, there is a Kirtan tomorrow that I'll be holding. I think it's at 4 o'clock, 4 to 5:30. Just again live on this. Actually, I think it may be Om Bud's Kirtan, my page, Om Bud's Kirtan, and so it's a really nice practice to be doing during these times. It's a very uplifting practice. So if you haven't tried it, I encourage you to come and see what it's about. And you don't need any experience. It's just about being receptive and being open to other forms of yoga. This is a devotional path, devotional type of yoga. So very, very beneficial. All right, so just letting you know, 4 o'clock tomorrow, Om Bud's Kirtan on that page. All right, so we're gonna start now. All right, so let's begin. So let's just start seated comfortably, tall and supreme and still. Close the eyes, bring the attention inward. When a well-controlled mind rests in itself alone, free from longing for the objects of the senses, and when one has completely renounced one's will, it is said that yoga has been attained. These are words taken from the Bhagavad Gita, which is one of the sacred scripts of yoga. So let's just try as much as possible to come into that intention of just coming into stillness, coming into the idea that we are just connecting with the divine, and as a result, to all beings. And let's show our affirmation of that through the sound of Om 3 times. Imagine becoming one with all beings. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. So let's begin with the mantra Om Shri Gayama. Those are the words, and it's basically healing mantra for the earth. And seeing as it was Earth Day the other day, I thought that would be a nice way to just honor that. So it's just talking about just being respective of, you know, the earth and what it gives, Mother Earth and what she gives to us. She is a being as well, and she has the great responsibility of feeding us all and providing for us all. So we need to be able to tap into that and to make sure that we're treating her just as well. So this is a mantra to help us to heal Mother Earth as well and to give her care. So it can be done call and response. Let me try again. Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama. Everybody. Om Shri Gayama. Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama. Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama. Everybody. Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama, Om Shri Gayama. So in honor of Earth Day, let's maybe dedicate this practice to all earthly beings as well as Mother Earth, so that they may benefit equally from all that we feel from this practice, all the benefits that we derive. So let's begin the practice. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart and bring the arms out in front for breathing for inner healing. This could be directed for yourself or as well to other beings, as is our intention. The wrists are at the height of the shoulders, the fingers are dangling loose. As I count to 8, imagine you're drawing a breath, the healing energy from the heart to the crown. We hold the breath and the attention at the crown for count to 6. Exhale, we breathe back out through the arms. Imagine all the impurities leaving with it. Inhale, heart to the crown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding the attention at the crown and the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From the heart to the crown, breathe in. All the healing energy goes up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the crown. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. Expel all the impurities with it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Heart to the crown. Breathe in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the crown. All the attention there. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down and let's begin some exercises to get the body warm for the practice. Let's start to move the head in circles. Now from here on in, just tap into the sensations in the body. Move in a way that allows the breath to remain steady. So the movements are fluid. Don't worry too much about the breath. Just concentrate on that fluidity, emotion, and the ease and steadiness that comes with synchronizing breath and movements. And then switch the direction of the circling. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. Now rolling the shoulders backwards. As the shoulders lift up, feel the torso lifting up out of the hips. And then bring the arms into the movement. Imagine the shoulder blades as the wings of the heart. Exercise them fully. And then circle forward now. Notice how it opens up the upper back. And then bring the arms into the movement now. Good. Cross the arms across the chest. Throw the arms back on the exhale. Alternate the cross each time. Take the arms up over the head, throw the body down, exhale through the mouth. Big release, float up, lengthen, and come down. 2 more. Last one, just stay down. Allow the body to stop bouncing around. And then slowly make your way back up. Raise your arms up over the head, interlace the fingers, press the heels of palms up. Inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, lower the heels down, descend the shoulders so the neck stays long. Inhale, rise up again. Exhale, lower, come off the toes maybe. Inhale, press the toes back in, lift up the heels. Exhale, descend, rock back on the heels. A couple more times. Inhale, lift up the roots of your toes. Exhale, descend on the heels, lift the toes. One last time. Inhale, come up. Stay up this time. So push up through the heels, your palms, get nice and tall. If you fall, just come right back up again. Imagine trying to push the ceiling right off right through the roof. And lower the heels. Release the arms. Shake out the wrists. As fast as you can, fling the hands from side to side. And up and down. Good. Then just swing from side to side. Maybe try to move faster as you feel comfortable. Just allow the arms to slap the body any which way. So shake it up as much as you can. Start to slow it back down. Once again, the arms heavily hitting the body. And come back to stillness. Now let's make our way to the top of the mat. Bring the hands together at the heart center. Close the eyes. Come back to the intention of offering up the practice to all beings. See this as a divine duty to all beings. And imagine all your benefits being transmitted to everyone and everything. Let's move together as one to stay in that collective mind. Surya Namaskar, sun salutations. Reach the arms up over the head. Fold down over the legs. Hands to the ground, bend your knees if you need to. Right foot back into lunge. Lower the knees, sink down to the seat. Lift the head. Come into high plank. Lower down immediately, knees, chest, and chin. Fingers turn out a little bit so that when you come through, your elbows stay close to the body. Head comes up, back over the toes, back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward to the hands. If that was troublesome, lower the back knee and just bring the right foot forward with the right hand. Feet together, press the body into the legs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Inhale, reach up high, stretch the whole front of the body. Fold down over the legs, bend the knees again to bring the chest on your thighs. Left foot back into a lunge. Press the chest forward into the thigh, lift the chin. Come into high plank. Lower down knees, chest, and chin. Elbows close to the body. Glide through between your arms. Coming up into cobra. Roll over the toes, back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Modify according to your condition with the modifications I showed. Feet together, press the body to the legs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. Inhale, reach up high again, press the hips forward. Fold down over the legs. Right foot back. Try to move in a way that is fluid, that is steady, that is graceful, yet powerful. Knees, chest, and chin down. Pull the hands, and then drag the body between the arms. Cobra, shoulders back, head high. Roll over the toes, back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps to the hands. Sink down through the seat. And then bring the feet together. Head down. Bow. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Inhale, rise up. Come down, fold the body in half. Left foot back into a lunge. Into a plank. Just imagine watching the body moving like you're the witness. Coming forward and up into the cobra. Roll over the toes. Back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps to the hands, quietly. Try to move in a way that doesn't distract the mind, that doesn't bring it into restlessness or agitation. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Right side again. Sweep the arms up and fold down like you're bowing. Right foot back. Into plank, make every move look like an expression of offering, for that is exactly what this practice is. Come forward and up and back into downward facing dog. Right foot steps to the hands. Left foot joins. Come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Move according to your condition. Reach up and back if you can, and then fold down. Left foot lunge into a plank. Down we go. Pull the body right through. Point the toes, get the front of the body long. Roll over the toes now. Downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Drop the seat down nice and low. Feet together, forward fold. Come up high, standing salute. Hands back to the heart. Reach up. Go down, lose yourself in the sensations. Right foot back into plank. Practice in a way that feels good to the body. You're always coming to your comfortable edge. At the same time, you're putting your best effort forward. just like you offer the best that you can for any offering. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come all the way up. Return home. Left side. Go down. Left foot back. Allow the steady rhythm of the breath to give you a sense of fluidity and rhythm. Come forward and up into the cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Left foot steps between the hands. Right foot joins, bounce the legs. Come all the way up. Return home. Take pause here, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let go of all expectations and all attachments to the results. Release the arms now. Hinge down. At the hips, bend the knees. You can bring your chest right onto your thighs. Take hold of the opposite elbows behind the knees and just hug the body tightly to the legs. Try not to lose connection of the body with your thighs. Then if you're flexible, you try to push the body back into the thighs so the legs straighten. Seat eventually comes over the heels, and then you start to slide your arms down the backs of the legs. Maybe the forearms will come closer to the ground, just behind the ankles. And then fold the body down on the legs. If you need to keep your knees bent so that your chest doesn't come away from the thighs. So modify as you need to. Be very flexible. Try to get the nose between the shins and the head coming towards the feet. Now we're going to bring the hands down to the ground, step back into plank. Lower down onto the belly. Flatten out the toes, inhale, push the chest up, and then glide the arms forward, elbows underneath the shoulders. Tug at the floor with the arms and bring the chest forward. And now really press the shoulders down away from the ears. Press down to the forearms and the hips and the legs. Feel as though you're being encased in stone. Feel as though you were made of stone, just like the Sphinx. Be very still. From here, we're going to press into the hands if you can. Lift the elbows up off the mat. Curve the spine a little bit more. Bring the head back. Make sure you don't lose your neck in the process. Keep the shoulders down. Good. The arms are rolling outwards and back in towards the body. And then if you want, you can start to walk your hands closer in towards the body. Bring the legs together as well. If you're more flexible, keep walking your hands closer and closer until they're right beside the hips. Keep with your hips on the ground, but stretch the front of the body upwards. Shoulders over the hips eventually. No folds in the lower back. Keep long. Chest forward. And tuck the chin in. Roll back over the toes into downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, try to get as much length as possible. Slide your hands a little bit further forward so you get full extension of the arms. Inhale, push the seat back a little bit more. Exhale, just soften the line in the back by pushing the chest and the belly towards the ground. You're very flexible. You might be able to tap the top of the head to the ground, or maybe just rest with your head on the ground. Otherwise, just imagine the line in the back becoming soft like a hammock hanging between two trees. Now raise the left leg up. Look between the hands. Send the foot between the hands in a nice, soft footfall landing. The foot comes down softly. Back knee comes down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. Take your hands to the seat and just use a hand to guide the tail under and push up the rib basket away from the hips. Allow the head to go back. Try to get your elbows to come towards one another behind the back. Lift up the heart, bring the head back if you feel comfortable. Keep your seat low. Now Now use the fingers to press into the back to bring the body back upright. Reach the arms up if you can. Take your hands together, squeeze the index fingers together to a point. Keep the arms close to the head. Inhale, pull the arms up a little bit further so the shoulders come up, and then pull the arms back and then drop the shoulders back down. Crescent moon. Try to get the body to look like a crescent moon in your mind. More advanced, just try to get your body to lengthen. Eventually you want to get your index fingers over the back toe. Lift up the chest. Practice according to your ability and your comfort. Coming back up, lean with the heart. Bring your hands to the front knee to bring the body back upright. Push yourself up. Left heel comes in underneath the left knee. Open up to the right. Arms out to the side. Sukha Virabhadrasana. Long lines here, and then tip down. Left hand comes down. The right arm comes up. Sukha Trikonasana. Left shoulders with the left knee. Option to go into bind for those who know it. Go ahead. I'll demonstrate quickly. You bring the body in, you lower the body so that you can get the shoulder underneath the leg, and so you can take the left arm all the way underneath. And then it makes it easier to take the right arm behind the back and find the hand. You join the hands together in a finger lock, or the left hand comes to the right wrist and hold it there. Pull the right shoulder back. Try to get your chest open. If you find that the right shoulder is falling forward, try to pull it back up in line with the other one. Releasing from the pose, coming back to Sukha Virabhadrasana, Easy Warrior 2. Then turn to the front. Right arm comes up, bend the toes under. A few options here for the twist. You can just stay upright. Right hand on the outside of the knee. Inhale, lift up through the chest. Exhale, push the knee to the right. Look over the left shoulder and turn your chest all the way to the left if you can. If you know a deeper variation, you can go into it like the elbow on the outside of the left knee. Hands together and push your way up. Center of the chest comes to the thumbs. And then take the left shoulder all the way back again. Try to stay in the twist a little bit longer to practice endurance, to practice steadfastness. Other variations, if you know, go ahead, such as the bind. Left arm comes over the back and the joint underneath the leg for advanced practitioners. Keep pulling the left hip back, extend to the top of the head on the inhale. Exhale. Take the left shoulder back more again. Getting ready to come out of the pose gracefully. Moving it away always. That again keeps the mind in its calm, meditative state. Virabhadrasana, arms out. And then circle the hands down to the ground, hips and shoulders facing forward, left foot moves out a little bit to the edge of the mat. Just start to rock back and forth, trying to get the hips to sink down. And once you're about as dead as you're going to get, rest in a pose. The knee comes down, the toes come down. If your shoulders below the line of the knee, can come down onto the forearms, or maybe just a right one. If you're very flexible, try to get your chest on the ground. If that happens, you can take your left arm to the outside of the foot. Curl the left side seat under, telescope the chest forward. Exhale. Sink. Now we're going to come back onto the hands here. From here, we're going to come back into the table, lower the chest down between the hands, Ashtanga Namaskara, and then pull the body right through between the arms, coming up into Cobra. Chest is high, head back towards the seat. Legs together. Remember, if snake doesn't have any feet, it has a tail. So the feet come together to emulate that. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Vatsisthasana. Move the left hand towards the right. Spin your toes towards the long edge of the mat. Keep your hips high. And then release the right hand up. If it's too much, lower down on the left shin. If it's too much for your wrists, come down on the forearms. Okay. If you know other variations, more seasoned practitioners, go ahead. Perhaps you can float the right leg up, or bring a foot to the thigh and turn your chest up. Lots of different variations. Imagine in your mind and allow the body to execute. Come out of the pose, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Go right to the other side from here. Right hand comes to the left. Spin, keep your hips high, coming up into your side plank. You try to arc your body away from the ground and press the hips forward. Make sure you're not collapsing into the shoulder. Keep the shoulder, the arm fully extended. And again, into your variations if you like. Place your foot on the left, on the right thigh if you like. Come up. Or take a foot in behind if you like. Pushing into the right hand now, smearing it into the mat. Return to downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. From here, raise the right leg up. Send it in between the hands, landing it again, ever so softly. Back knee down, flatten out the toe. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop the seat all the way forward. Use the hands to shape the lower body again. Scoop the tail under with heels your palms. Press up with the fingers into, so that you raise the rib basket up. Elbows come towards one another. Bring the seat as low as you can. Sit right close to the front heel. And use the fingers to press the body back upright. Arms over the head, hands apart or together. Pull the arms way up so the shoulders come right up by the ears. Then pull the arms back behind the head and drop the shoulders again. But don't allow the body to drop back into the hips. Keep the body extended and long. Imagine you're trying to get the index fingers over the back toe. Crescent moon. Stay higher if you need to. More upright, I should say. And then coming back, press into the front knee, lift back up. Move the right foot in underneath the right heel, over the right heel, and then come into Sukha Virabhadrasana. Get full extension here, nice strong lines before you come into Sukha Trikonasana. Keep your lines long. You can stay here or take the same variation as you did. If you took a bind, go ahead. Lower the body again, move in a little bit so you can get almost a whole arm, pretty much a whole arm underneath the leg. And then it makes it easier to take the bind. Left shoulder moves back. The more you practice, the more body consciousness, awareness you get, then you learn your own tricks to get into these postures easily. See if you can press the left shoulder back, look beyond the left shoulder. Break the pose. Coming back upright. Turn to face forward. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Lift the left arm up and then take it to the outside of the right knee. Lengthen first, pulling the tail under, and then look over the right shoulder, or again, go for the bind. Or just left the elbow down, I should say, on the outside of the knee, and lift the chest up. You just try to get your body higher than the thigh. You'll have more room to spin. Roll the right shoulder back. If you take a bind, move in. Make sure the elbows in the space underneath the leg so they can thread the fan in between, underneath the leg. And then the right hand comes over the back. Right hip moves back, head moves forward. Exhale, turn the body, chest facing up. Now break the pose, come back into Easy Warrior 2. And circle the hands down to the ground. Make your way into Lizard once again. Make sure the front foot's flat on the ground. It's better to move the left foot back so that you get as much length as you can. Then your hips will drop lower and come towards the ground. Then when you're about as low as you can get, flatten out the toes, rest the left knee on the ground. Try to get even lower. Try to get the top part of the body down as well. If you're flat on the ground, keep on extending, all the same, through the toes, through the top of the head. If you're not all the way down, be unconcerned and unjudging. Just do your best. Keep telescoping the chest and the head forward. Concentrate on getting heavy through the hips and the lower body. The rest of the body will eventually follow. From here, make your way back onto your hands. Knees come back together in table. Lower the chest down behind the hands and then pull the body right through between your arms. Cobra pose, or if you like, lift the hips up off the ground. Drag the hips forward a little bit, so between the hands. Charge the legs, knees away from the ground. Get extension in the front of the body. Stay strong through the pose. Imagine you're howling at the moon. Upward facing dog. Push into the hands now, back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften as much as you can. Moving into Vasisthasana again, side plank. Maybe wild thing. Left hand moves towards the right. Spin your toes towards the long edge of the mat. Come into your side plank. If you want to go further, just keep sliding the right toes back. Push them into the ground and lift the hips up towards the ceiling. If you're very steady on your left hand, left foot, make sure the left foot is flat on the ground. You might be able to take the right knee up. Hold the knee. If you're more flexible, hold the foot. If you're lower, you can still do the same type of pose, but just concentrate on opening up the chest and the hips towards the sky. Lose yourself in the pose. Return. If you're in the modified version, you can just come back into table and then go right to the other side. Otherwise, you just come back in down facing dog and build the pose. So anchor down through the right hand and the right foot. Keep this arm fully extended so the shoulder, you'll collapse into the shoulder. You can either stay here or explore your variations. Picture it in your mind, and then just try to execute it to the best ability that you can. Just do your best. Coming back slowly, smear the right hand to the mat. Keep your hips high so you can make the transition back into downward facing dog smoothly. Breathe in, breathe out, soften. Lower the elbows down onto the ground. Lift up the hips, lift up the heels, walk your feet towards the elbows. And just press up and down off the heels. Come right up on your tippy toes if you can. You can bend your knees and just try to use your thighs to push into your belly so your hips come forward over the shoulders and the elbows a little bit more. Okay, so you don't have to keep your legs straight. Just try to get that shift of weight forward more into the front of into the forearms. And then if you can, stay there on your tiptoes. Bring your head through between, in front of the arms or behind the arms. I'm not sure which way you would say it. But lift the shoulders up. away from the floor. Stay there a little bit longer. Lower the heels down. Come back, press into your hands and come back into downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. From here, lift up the heels, bend the knees. You can keep your chest on your thighs, so a few options. You can either just come forward, like sort of an action of springing forward, but your feet are not actually leaving the ground. Your shoulders come eventually over the fingertips and come back. So you can do this if this is more to your liking. If you feel more adventurous, keep your chest with your thighs. Push into your hands, stay strong through the arms. And see if you can come up. Try not to donkey kick. Keep your body nice and compact and together. So about 3 to 5 times. Push into your hands and float up. One more time. Land lightly. Next time you do this, you can jump forward to the hands, or if you're feeling you'd rather walk your feet to the hands. Lower the seat about the level of the knees. Reach the arms forward. Allow the belly to sit on the thighs. And then raise the chest up off the thighs. Look up between the hands. Close your eyes. Be fierce in a pose, resolute, without changing the mindset. Keep the mindset calm no matter what the body is experiencing. Now we're going to swing the arms down to the right. Left elbow to the outside of the thigh. Right hand pushes into the left. A little bit of a paraside twist. Move the hips back. Roll the right shoulder back. Now extend the left fingertips down to the ground. If you can't touch the ground, don't worry about it. You can just keep pressing the arm against the leg. Right arm moves up. Try to get your chest to come up a little bit more. Push against the other right thigh. Good. From here, bounce pose. Keep as you are, but lean forward. Bring your weight into the right leg. You can slip your left foot back. And if you can, you pick up the left foot. Keep gazing on the ground in front. Chest can stay on the thighs. Sink your weight into the right foot. And then bring the left foot down. Come back into Utkatasana, fierce pose. Raise up the chest. And then swing the arms down to the other side. I'll do it this way so you can see. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Left arm up. And then press the hands one into the other. Anjali Mudra. Bring the seat back. Turn your chest a little bit more. Look down, right fingertips come down to the ground, left arm up, or again, if you can't reach the ground, just keep your arm with your thigh. Left shoulder presses back. And stay here or look towards the ground in front. Bring your weight into your left leg so you can move the right foot back. And see if you can raise the right foot up off the ground. Keep your body low, chest on a thigh. Bring that right foot back down. Once again, Utkatasana. The body is working, the mind is completely quiet, undisturbed, unrattled. Learn to find quietness in all situations, on or off the mat. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, and then bring the hands down, press them into the seat. You want to walk your feet apart so your toes are on the outside of the mat, standing back bend. So as you do this, you can bend your knees like you're riding a horse. Your knees come over the toes. Take your hands to the seat, lower the seat, and then start to curl the tail under. push the chest up, and then press into the feet, and then you can start to straighten the legs. Keep rolling the thighs outwards, rolling the shins inwards. Use the hands to drag the tail down and under. Keep lifting the heart up away from the hips. Pull down on the seat, lift through the heart, come back up. Good. And then bring the feet back together. Hands to the heart center, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Relax. Release the arms. Good. We're going to do a balance pose now. And it's called ballet pose. So just think of a ballet dancer and just try to find the poise and the gracefulness and the nice long lines. Standing on the left foot first. Taking the right knee up and out to the side. And then you can start raising the left arm up. If this is where you can maintain a balance the best, you stay here. If you want, you slide your hand down, reach for the heel, take hold of the heel, and then extend the leg up. Try to get your toes and the fingers on the same line. Lean a little bit away from the leg, and then lift up again through the heart. Next step is optional. You're just trying to keep engaging the legs of the muscles of the legs so that when you release the foot, it doesn't fall. So engage the muscles of the right leg and release the foot without dropping a foot. And then keep the legs engaged as you come down. Bring the arms down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release all fatigue. Take a moment if you had trouble in the last time you did this. Just picture yourself holding with complete steadiness and then see if the body will obey. If it doesn't, have no judgment. Just do your best. Take the left foot, knee up. Take it out to the side. You can stay with your hands on your hip. Find it easier to extend the arm out and up. Then you can slide your hand down, take hold the inside the heel, and then pull the foot up as well. Try to get your body nice and upright, chest up. You either stay here, or again, you keep the muscles firmly engaged of your left leg so that when you let go, the foot doesn't drop noticeably. And then keep the legs strong and engaged as you lower the foot down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's just sink down into a squat. Move your feet out as much as you need to come into a squat. Your toes are apart. If you're standing at the front of the mat, your toes can be on the outside of the mat. Bring the hands together and join the hands together in Anjali Mudra right in front of the heart. Shoulders back. From here, another balanced pose. Bring your fingertips down, lift the seat, and then position your body so you're over your left thigh. Your chest, your belly's resting on your left thigh. You push the left hand into the calf muscle to reinforce it. Right fingertips come close to the left foot. And then you try to raise the right knee up as high as possible. If you're more flexible, you can try to extend the leg. Keep gazing at the ground in front of the toes, the left toes. If you have good balance, you can try to take the right hand to the shin as well. To the calf, I should say. Keep your gaze steady. Bring the fingertips back down onto the ground. Release from the pose. Come back into the squat. Again, take a moment to just visualize yourself just holding a pose. In any of these poses that you feel are unreachable, just imagine yourself in the body of someone who can do it. And then you just transfer the energy. Eventually that will come to realize. So send out your energy to those to help you in your practice, and then the energy will come to you. Your attention's like a magnet. And let's try on the other side. Lift up the seat And then place your body over the right thigh, push into the left calf muscle to stabilize yourself, and bring the left knee as high as you can. And if you want again, you can extend the leg, or you can keep your leg bent. Keep gazing at the ground in front of the toes. Really push the base of the toes and toe pads and corners of the feet into the mat. So you can take your left hand up to the standing leg as well. Release from the pose, fingertips come back down, come back into a squat. Breathe in, breathe out. Now come onto the seat. Extend your legs in front, shake them out. Good, we're coming into a twist now. So we're going to take the right foot up, left leg is extended, and you just move the leg around in its joint. In circles, anything you find is intuitive to help release that joint a little bit. And then push into the foot with both hands, send the foot back behind the body. Now keep the leg squeezed back and the knee so it's back as far back as you can. And then hug the leg to the body like you're holding a newspaper. So you're hugging it tightly underneath the arm. And lean forward, press your hands down into the ground beside the hips, just in front of the hips. Dig into the left heel and the knee and see if you can straighten your arms, lift your seat up. And if you can do that, see if you can take your left heel up off the ground. Lower down, and from here we're coming into a twist. Those who are more advanced and can come into lotus easily, you can go ahead. Right knee comes in towards the shoulder, lean back. So the foot comes down, it comes to the top of the thigh, close to where it has to be, in the hip crease. And just tuck it in. There should be no resistance or no strain or pain in the knee. Support your knee from underneath if it's floating up, if it's not all the way down. If your knee is way away from the ground, just place your foot down on the ground in front of the body, the heel at the root, and the flat part of the foot against the inseam. Now turn to the right, bring your chest over the right thigh, circle the right arm around the body, and you might be able to bring your hand to rest on the thigh, or take a bind if you have the foot there, or just grab your shirt. And if none of these appeal to you, or it's not doable, just take your hand and place it directly behind the side of the seat. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn, rotate around the arm towards the right. Left leg stays engaged. Inhale, lift up higher. Exhale, go a little bit deeper into the twist. Imagine a twist starting at the hips, moving all the way up, eventually the shoulders come around as well. And coming back to face forward, try the other leg. Right leg comes back out, shake out the legs, and then pick up the left foot. Circle it around in its joint. Maybe taking hold of the foot now, press it forward and back. Push against the foot with your hands and offer equal and opposite resistance, and push it back as far back behind the body as you can. And then keep it back as far as you can. Tuck the leg underneath the arm, lean forward. You have to bend the knee and slide the right heel in a little bit. So push into your hands, lean forward so your elbows are bent, so that you have somewhere to go. You straighten your arms, you engage your core muscles, your root muscles, and then you might be able to pick up the right foot. And lower down. From here, you can either bring your left foot, into your lotus, just as we did before, or you modify by bringing your heel in front of the body. Your thighs are about a little bit less than 90 degrees. Move your body, turn towards the left, roll the left hand shoulder forward, swing the arm around the body, and you might be able to use your other hand to assist it. Come forward, press into your thigh, hold the shirt, hold the foot, or the left arm just behind the back, along the center of the back. Right hand to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, turn to the left. Keep the back straight. Inhale, rise up taller. Lift up through the lower back. Exhale, turn a little bit more. And the exhale brings you back to face forward. Release, shake out the legs. Cross the ankles. We're coming into inversions now. The king of the posture is headstand, Shirshasana. Different options here. If you already have a headstand and you're comfortable going into the pose, then please go ahead. I'll offer some other variations for others. So next, you can also try this one. It's called teddy bear. Place your hands so that they're in front of the head, in front of you. Your arms at a right angle. You're forming a wide base. Your arms are perpendicular. The upper arms are perpendicular to the lower arms. Wrists over the elbows, underneath the elbows. Walk your feet forward until you can either rest just underneath the knees against the elbows, or come to the outside and squeeze the arms from the outside. And then keep pressing, and then maybe if you press into your hands, you might be able to lift both feet, or maybe just dance from toe to toe, like you're hot potatoing. All right? So you're pretty low to the ground, so you don't have far to go. If it's too much, you just keep your toes on the ground. Make sure you don't have any, if you have blood pressure issues or anything like that, glaucoma, then don't stay in this inversion with your hand on the ground. It's too much pressure for the head. Okay, so just you can give it a little bit of a try. Don't stay long. Just come out. All right. If you're in headstand, just keep holding the pose steadily. Keep your eyes, your focus inward. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Same goes for the teddy bear. Other option for those who want, just forehead in front of the knees and lift the seat up. Keep holding on to the heels. Start to make your way down slowly. Those of you who are in headstand, come down with control. Once you're down, rest in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. All fatigue. Roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. Legs extended in front. Ease your way down. Move in a way that doesn't agitate the body or distract it through loud, hard landings or anything like that. Once you're down, take a deep breath in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Relax completely. Melt. Bring the arms beside the body, legs together. Getting ready for shoulder stand. We'll do a few prep entries just to get ready. Press into your arms, lift your legs up 9 degrees. Push into your arms so you can lift your seat up off the ground and lower it back down slowly so it doesn't drop down heavily. Push into your arms, lift more of the back up, come a little bit higher, and then come back down. Next time you come up, try to come up even higher so you're mostly just on the shoulders. Most of the back is up off the mat. Again, lower down with control, a feather touch when the seat comes down. If this is all good, you come up again the next time. Bring your hands to the back to support it. Make your way into shoulder stance. Try to move your arms so they're behind the body, so your elbows behind the back. And your toes in the same line as the chin. If you have a lotus, you can go into the lotus. If you don't have a full lotus, just stay with your legs extended. If you need a modification, bridge pose, or just sit on your hands with your legs up in the air. If you want bridge pose, the feet come down. Lift the chest up so it's close to the chin. And just try to get your chest looking like a wall. Knees directly over the heels. Those in shoulder stand, halasana, plow pose. If you have a lotus, you can keep your lotus and just bring a lotus against the body. Otherwise, feet come down beyond the head. Walk your feet as far away from the head as possible to get the maximum back stretch. If your toes are on the ground, you can bring your arms on the ground behind the back. Now again, settle the mind into stillness. Watch the space between the eyes, behind the forehead. Be very still. From here, coming out of the pose, if you're in plow pose, arms again behind the back on the ground. Roll your way out slowly. Try not to come down fast and hard. Keep your legs close to the body. And when the seat comes down, just bring the legs all the way the rest down. The rest of the way down. Once you're down, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue, relax, melt. Again, breathe in through the skin. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. Now, fish pose. Lift one side of the body up. Place your hand underneath the seat, palm down, and then do the other side. Same on the other side. And then tuck your shoulders under so the arms are hidden from view. They're underneath the body. Lift up by pressing into the forearms. Push the chest up. And then tilt your head back. Try to get the top of the head to come down to the ground. If it doesn't touch, don't worry about it. Just try to get your heart lifted as much as possible so there's a pronounced back arch. And then if you want, you can raise your legs up 12 inches off the mat. Now breathe very fast through the mouth like you're panting, through the nose like you're panting like a puppy. Lower the legs down, come out of the pose. Relax, breathe in, and breathe out. From here, raise your arms over the head, stretch, come to seated position. Roll onto your side if you need to. Bend your knees, bring them close to the chest, tilt back so that your body stays with your thighs, and lift the legs up, either level to the ground or straight up. And then take your arms out to the side if you can, or just keep holding onto the legs. Lift the lower back, make sure your back doesn't start to slouch, your body, and then, again, Vastrika breath. Lower the feet down, hip width apart, hands behind the back, bench pose. So just allow the belly button to fall towards the back of the body to make the upper back wide, and then push the hips up, push the chest up so it's higher than the shoulders. Allow the head to go back if that's okay for the neck, and again, Pant like a puppy through the nose. As fast as you can, breathe. Tuck the chin in, lower the seat down. So turn your hands around the other way so the fingers are facing in. Dig into heels and then just push the seat back behind the hips. Behind the hands, I should say. Lean forward. Some of you might be able to do this if you bring your knees a little bit closer in. Push into your hands, straighten your arms again, just like we did before. Trick is to move your arms close to the body, the legs. And then some of you might be able to lift the heels. And lower the seat down. Good. Don't worry if you can't do these poses, just do your best, and you can always just pick any intermediary steps in between, like this one, okay? And lower down. The idea is just keep practicing, keep visualizing yourself in a pose, and one day the body will obey. Paschimottanasana. Pick up the legs so they're close to the body, hug the body to the legs. If you have tight hamstrings and this is already giving you a stretch in the backs of the legs, you stay here. Inhale, push the chest towards the knees. Exhale, just pour more weight into the legs. If you're flexible, you can straighten your legs all the way down without detaching the body from the legs. Go ahead. Each inhale, send the seat back. Send the top of the head forward. Exhale. Sink more weight into the legs. Take the attention to the base of the spine. Imagine all the energy residing there, just trying to make its way out and up and throughout the body. Keep extending. Try to imagine that the front of the head's eventually going to, the top of the head's going to eventually meet the fronts of the feet, the top of the feet. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, slide your hands in. Bring your feet in a little bit. Knees are bent, and then just allow your knees to fall outwards. The soles of your feet are facing towards front of the mat, and then slip your arms underneath. Hold the edges of the feet, outer edges. Walk the seat back. Inhale. Push the belly button towards, as though you're trying to push out through the lower back, and then allow the head to come down towards the ground. As you inhale again, from the base of the spine, right up through to the top of the head. Exhale. Imagine you create space by allowing the shoulder blades to fall away from one another as well. So create wide space in the upper back as well. Breathe into all areas of the back to create lots of room in the back to expand. Now, if you're comfortable here, this is already sort of more or less at your limit. You stay. If you want to do Kurmasana, you can move your hands back, slide them back so beside the hips, and then just use the legs to press down on the backs of the arms. Your knees should be close to the shoulders, so move your feet in a little bit if you need to. And then press the legs into the arms, aim at getting your belly on the ground and the chin on the ground. Very flexible people, if you know the variation of taking a bind over the back, go ahead. Start to make your way out. Purvottanasana. Bring your legs together, bend the knees, press into your hands, turn them this way, the fingers facing back if that's too hard on the wrists. Inhale, push the hips up, Try to flatten your toes by rolling the thighs inwards. Try to get your chest as high as you can, bring the head back. Other modifications, if you're weak in the wrists, if your wrists are weak, keep your feet on the ground and just concentrate on lifting the chest and your head back. Or bench pose, nice in between. Just as we did before. Shoulders, hips, knees all in the same line. Now Vastrika breath again. Lower the seat back down. Breathe in, hug your legs to the body. Breathe out. Release all fatigue. Make your way onto your belly. So we're going to come into cobra pose. Cross the right ankle over the left to keep your legs together. Hands placed so the heels of your palms are beside in the line of the heart. Roll the shoulders back, keep your elbows close to the body, and just come up according to your condition. If you're feeling fatigued or your back is stiff, just stay on your forearms. If you're more flexible, take your hands by side of the hips and just try to come up as high as you can without lifting the hips up off the ground. Push the heart forward. Imagine trying to get the heart, the lower back, no wrinkles in the lower back area. Slowly come down, press into the hands. Make your way down. And relax once you're down. Allow the feet to just uncross. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left ankle over the right. Repeat. Hand beside the heart. And come up. Or Sphinx pose. Extend the toes back. Really try to get long through the front of the body from the toes all the way through to the chin. Shoulders back. Lose yourself in the pose. Slowly make your way down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Uncross the legs. One more, bow pose. Bend the knees, bring the heels close to the seat, and take hold of the ankles if you can. Okay, flex your feet, bend the toes back, lift the chest, pull the ankles on the ankles so the legs move back. This is so you're trying to get your feet to the ground behind you. You can stay here, or you can see if you pull on your legs to get the thighs up off the mat. And keep pulling on the feet until your feet come up higher than the head. At some point, if you look up, you might be able to see your toes. If you can't see your toes, don't worry, they're still there. Just be still and steady in a pose. And break the pose. Pull the heels in towards the seat. Release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip onto your back. Just a twist to end. Bring the knees up. So an upside down table. Your shins level with the ground. Your knees over the hips. Arms out to the side like a T shape. And then bounce your hips over to the left a little bit more. Drop both knees over to the right. Keep the backs of the shoulders pressing into the ground. Reach out through the fingertips to achieve this. And just keep pressing the thighs outwards so that the side body stays long, no wrinkles in the side body. Imagine you're trying to get the sit bones to come to the front end of the mat. Come Come back to the center. Knees over the hips. Bounce your hips a little bit over to the right, and then bring the knees all the way over to the left. If the front of the shoulder starts to pop up away from the ground, see if you can press them flat again. Shoulder blades resting flat on the mat. And then see if you can get the thighs to press out a little bit. External rotation of the thighs. Concentrate on length in the spine. Come back to center, Shavasana. Slide your feet out in front. Allow the feet to fall away from one another. The feet are wide, at least the edges, at least the width of the mat, and the hands come a little bit closer, about halfway. Allow the palms to face upwards. And then we'll start the process of completely surrendering to relaxation. Just with each breath, feel more of the body, the tension in the body, leaving all the efforts, dissipating all the tightness and restrictions, melting away. Feel the face becoming soft. Feel all the muscles relaxed until the body feels like dead weight, lifeless, limp. Surrender to complete softness. Once again, be like the observer. Just watching the body in its stillness like it was sleeping. Watching the emotions, the mind reactions without any judgment, without any attempt to process what's going through the mind, without any intent of analyzing. Look upon yourself, your being, with complete love. Unconditional love. Few rounds of reservation breath, which we do in order to retain all that we need to thrive, and to be content and fulfilled, and we release all that doesn't serve us. So as you inhale, you start to close the fingertips up to come to the tops of the wrists, the index, the fingers touching the insides of the thumbs or the tips of the thumbs. Exhale, just allow the hands to float back out. Coordinate your movement so that at the top of the inhale, your fingers are at the wrists. Upon the exhale, your fingers are floating back in the extended position again. And as you inhale, imagine drawing in the best of the best the universe has to offer, that you need to feel feel comforted, to feel complete. As you exhale, let go of anything that you need to get rid of in order to let go of the negativity. You can do so without any judgment or without too much thought or analysis, processing. Just continue to hold all the goodness within so you can take it out into the world. And you use your body to exercise all that compassion through the actions, your own actions and thoughts and deeds. So now prepare to come back from Shavasana. Prepare the body gradually by bringing your awareness to it, feeling it wake up. And with the utmost gentleness and mindfulness and reverence and quietness, come back to a seated position. Once you're seated, sit tall and supreme, and still once again. I'm going to close with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Imagine the Om, that ever powerful sound, as a healing sound to break through all the diseased cells in your body or anyone else's body that you know, and Mother Earth's body as well. And see exhale, that's on the Om, on the Shantis, which means peace. Project the peace out, send it out to all beings. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. This concludes our practice. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Thank you so much. Tomorrow there's a practice at 8:30, the Dharma Yoga practice. Feel free to join, and or in the Kirtan as well at 4 o'clock on Om Bud's Kirtan. My class is here. The live stream class will be on my page. Have a great day. Thank you for coming.